Hi everyone, Nate Brown here, the internet's busiest movie nerd. And I'm back. Oh fuck, that's the wrong channel. What's going on, guys? So today I'm here to talk about an independent film called The Land of Blue Lakes. So early on in my channel, when I first started reviewing stuff a long time ago, when I wasn't uploading as frequently and I didn't get much time to put out content, I had an independent filmmaker reach out to me who she was making short films and wanted me to review them for my channel, and I'll put a link up here. It's very old, but I think it's worth watching because she made a really quality short film. One of the things I enjoy doing with my channel and with my platform is giving artists an opportunity to put their material out there, and when they ask me for an honest critique of their material, I watch it with an open mind and look at the material and analyze it just the way I would any other film, obviously taking into regard that most of these things are being done on a small budget with people that aren't always actors and that are friends that are helping with a project or however they go about it. And so the director of this film, Artur, reached out to me on a found footage group that we're in on Facebook, asked if I would watch his new project and sent it to me, and I watched it and I was really impressed with it, and I thought that it was really well shot and really well acted, and definitely one of the better found footage films I've watched recently. So The Land of Blue Lakes is about a group of friends who take a kayaking trip together, and they go out into these lakes and they go from island to island looking for specific landmarks, and the story just follows this group and their journeys together and leads up to a absolutely wild third act. Yeah, the first thing I want to talk about in this film is the cinematography. It's really well shot. I was talking to Artur through Facebook messaging, and he told me that he shot most of this on his cell phone, which is really impressive because the movie looks really nice. Obviously, you have this really beautiful surroundings. The movie was filmed in Latvia, surrounding lakes and the islands and greenery on the islands, and just how beautiful the color palettes are in this movie really make it for an engaging experience, because a lot of found footage has like really shaky cams. Sometimes they're nauseating to watch, and it's really nice and refreshing to watch something that's shot with such an artistry and that looks really great. And what's cool about it is it really feels like a group of friends documenting their trip together to post on Instagram or the internet or whatever, where it's like you understand why the camera's filming. And that's my qualm with a lot of found footage movies, is when you have these directors who present you this material and there's no real explanation as to why people keep filming. Like, for instance, there was a film that came out during quarantine called Host, and it was about a seance that these people did over a Zoom recording, and it was found footage. And the whole time you're watching that movie, you're like, why wouldn't people just turn their laptops off and leave? Like, obviously, it exists for the sole purpose of the movie to move forward. When you watch something like this and it's like these people are documenting this to put it on the internet, and then you see ways that certain things are filmed that are eerie, but that are always explained. And that's what I liked about this movie, is there's always a reason for the filmmaking. It never feels hokey. It feels like something that could really happen to people. Next up, I just want to talk about the performances, because Artur clearly brought together a lot of his friends and people that he knows. I'm not 100% sure if he hired any actors for this, but everyone feels so real. These people feel like a group of friends going out and having an adventure together, and then shit just going out of control and crazy. And what I really liked is there's such an emphasis at the beginning of the film on building the relationship with these characters that you are invested in what's going on with them, and you truly do care what's going to happen to them next. And that's what I really liked about this movie, is unlike a lot of found footage that you watch when you just don't give a shit about these characters or about the things that are happening to them, because a lot of times you're just jumped into a random circumstance and there's no build up or caring about these situations. This, you're really invested in these people because they seem like likable and fun people to be around, and there's this comedic dynamic that feels like it could only exist between friends, and I was really appreciative of that element of the film, and I think it really adds to that experience. This is a movie that really, most of the payoff is in the third act. There's a couple moments scattered throughout that start to build that horror tension, but it really waits into the third act to really blow up and get there. Unlike a Blair Witch Project, where you spend the movie really building up the tension and like that these characters are lost. They can't find out where they are and they don't know where to go. This is a movie where it has a very lighthearted nature until a certain point in the movie that starts to add those supernatural elements in, where you're more just interested as an audience member as to when more of that is going to occur than you are having this whole like tense surroundings consistently. And I think that that really adds to the third act payoff, because there's a lighter feel to the movie because of the dynamic between these characters, so that when shit starts to get real and out of hand, you really tense up and get nervous because of how the movie's felt. You feel safe with the characters. And then when that safety blanket's pulled away, it makes you all the more worried for what's gonna happen next. As far as any issues that I have with the film, I think if I had any problems, the only problems I would say would be the pacing. There's a couple of moments where it feels like there's a lot of expositional buildup between these people, not necessarily dialogue, but just sequences of them, you know, getting from point A to point B. And I understand, like, you're filming on a phone, you're getting a certain type of dynamic between these characters, and I think it does work. I think there's a couple moments that it drags where some audience members might be like, okay, introduce more suspense or introduce more of the horror, but obviously there's a purpose behind it, and you know, it might not work for everyone in that case. But I think a lot of it's to the movie's benefit, and there's just a couple of points where I just feel like it slogs a little bit, but it is still a really well executed and well crafted film. It's clear that Artur has a passion for the found footage genre, because this has a lot of hallmarks of great found footage movies, and there's new little nuances that are introduced that I feel like have not been explored as much with found footage, and I like that about this movie. I don't want to give too much away because I think it's worth it just to watch the movie. I'll put some information in the description on where you can find it and where you can watch it. Artur's clearly someone who enjoys this type of filmmaking, executed it really well to make for a really engaging and fun experience. And I think it's awesome to support independent filmmakers, because this is someone who doesn't have a large production studio behind them putting out their content. There's someone who had an idea, put all this time and effort into it, and then executed it really well. And I'm glad that I got a chance to watch this movie, and I'm glad that Artur reached out to me and let me take a look at it, because I think it's a really fun horror movie and one that I'm really looking forward to watching again. So have you seen The Land of Blue Lakes yet? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. I thought it was fantastic. It was a really enjoyable experience. It was really well shot. Great for a low budget, independent found footage flick. And it's something that I'd be looking for. And if I stumbled across it on Shudder or something, I would really enjoy it. And I think this movie is the quality grade of like a Shudder horror movie or something that would be put on Netflix. There's a lot of passion involved, a lot of art in the filmmaking in it. And I think that it's definitely worth your time. As always, guys, if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot. Lets me know that you're enjoying the content. I've got a lot of content planned for the near future, a lot of videos that I want to do. I'm really enjoying doing these hot takes videos, ranking the materials of some of my favorite directors, spotlight episodes of some movies that you might not have seen, like Land of Blue Lakes. You guys are enjoying the content I'm putting out. As always, thanks so much for watching, internet, and have a great rest of your day.